For 40 years, I woke up before the sun and returned home long after the lights in the neighborhood had gone dark. I told myself it was all worth it, because I was doing it for my family. Every drop of sweat, every missed holiday, every sleepless night, was supposed to give my children a better life than I ever had. But now I'm 78, sitting alone in the very house I spent decades paying for. The rooms are quiet, the phone rarely rings, and when my children do visit, they speak to me like I'm someone they barely know. When my children were young, life was simple but difficult. Money was always tight, and the responsibility of being a father weighed heavily on my shoulders. I believed a good father provided food, shelter, and security, so I worked harder than anyone around me. Double shifts, overtime, weekends. I told myself that one day my children would understand why I wasn't always there. I missed school plays. I missed birthdays. I missed the little moments that make childhood magical. But whenever guilt crept into my heart, I reminded myself of the bigger picture. Everything I'm doing is for them, I would whisper to myself while driving home late at night, exhausted but determined. As the years passed, I noticed something changing in the house. My children started talking less when I entered the room. Their stories became shorter, their smiles quieter. At the time, I believed it was just part of growing up. Teenagers become distant, I thought. They would appreciate me later. Dinner used to be loud with laughter when they were small. But as they grew older, the dinner table became strangely quiet. Sometimes they would talk to their mother about school or friends, but rarely to me. I was the man who paid the bills, not the one they shared their lives with. Eventually, my children grew up and moved away. One by one, they packed their belongings and left the house I had worked so hard to build. I remember standing at the front door each time, watching their cars disappear down the street. I felt proud, but also strangely invisible. In the beginning, they visited occasionally. Holidays, birthdays, sometimes a random weekend. But even then, our conversations felt awkward. They spoke politely, carefully, as if unsure how to talk to me. Like guests visiting someone they respected, but didn't truly know. One evening during a family dinner, I noticed something that quietly broke my heart. My children were laughing together, sharing memories and jokes, but none of those memories included me. It was in that moment I realized something painful. I had built a house for my family, but somehow I had never truly been part of it. Late at night, when the house grows quiet, I sometimes ask myself the same question: where did I go wrong? Was working hard the mistake? Or was it believing that providing money was the same as providing love? Retirement was supposed to be peaceful. Everyone told me I would finally enjoy life after decades of hard work, but no one warned me about the silence. The empty rooms. The realization that the people you sacrificed everything for barely know who you are. Looking back now, I understand something I couldn't see when I was younger. Children don't remember how many hours their parents worked. They remember the moments their parents were there, or the moments they weren't, and I wasn't there more times than I can count. Last year, during a rare visit, my daughter said something that stayed with me. She didn't say it with anger. She said it quietly, almost gently: "Dad, you were always working. We never really knew you." Those words hurt more than any argument ever could. For the first time, I began to see my life through my children's eyes. While I was working to build their future, they were growing up without their father. They didn't see sacrifice, they saw absence. And perhaps the hardest truth of all is this: my children don't treat me like a stranger because they want to. They treat me like a stranger, because in many ways, that's exactly what I became to them. If there is one lesson I can share from a lifetime of mistakes, it is this: providing for your family is important, but your presence matters even more. Money can build a house, but only time, love, and attention can build a home. So if you're working hard today for the people you love, don't forget to stop sometimes and simply be with them, because one day, the work will end, but the distance you created might remain forever.